On one of the largest college campuses in our state, he's the top law enforcement official protecting some 70,000 students throughout Wayne County. But tonight, the 7 investigators are revealing allegations about the police chief that Wayne County Community College has tried to keep secret.
Why have half a dozen women accused him of sexual harassment? Here's 7 investigator Ross Jones.
I've still had to go to therapy because of this. I have had anxiety since this.
Vanessa Liddell spent almost 6 years as an officer in the Wayne County Community College District Police Authority, working for Chief Derek Mohammed.
Chief Mohammed should have been let go a long time ago. And the only reason I feel like he's not is because the college is trying to hide this big secret of what's going on with him.
What's going on, according to a slew of former employees, is told in at least a dozen sworn affidavits. They stem from a lawsuit filed by a former employee who says the chief sexually harassed her and others.
I don't think I've ever seen this number of allegations against one individual person.
The college's police authority patrols its 6 campuses, protecting almost 70,000 students. But its police chief, Derek Mohammed, has been accused repeatedly and consistently of preying on female employees for years.
He would have me call him in the morning to wake him up for work, or he would call late at night.
Vanessa Liddell is one of those women who, along with her mother, worked at WC3D as an officer. 2 years after they started, she says in an affidavit that Mohammed left it up to her to decide who should receive a promotion to lieutenant, her or her mother.
His secretary was gone, and he had said, well, I was giving the promotion to you. I was just going to see if you were going to try to give it to your mother or if you were going to take it, and he asked me to give him a kiss on the cheek. I felt like if I didn't do it, that I was going to be let go.
She said she was fired after accusing the chief of sexual harassment, and she is hardly the only woman to do so. Her own mother did too in this affidavit, saying that when she worked as an officer, Mohammed told her he had dreams about me and dreamt about dating my daughter. A third female officer, also under oath, said that the chief would call her to his house on campus, then answer the door in only a bathrobe and his private parts visible. She says she was sexually harassed repeatedly and resigned because of it.
The chief initially started by complimenting her appearance.
A fourth accuser is Regina Bonner, who worked for the college beginning in 2018 and is now suing WC3D. Sean Head is her attorney.
He escalated to inviting her over to his house, asking her to sleep with him. She rebuffed his advances, and she was retaliated against.
Bonner claims she was fired and her fiancé arrested for reporting the chief's sexual harassment. The college denies the charges. The chief's fifth accuser claimed that he caressed her hair and face even after she told him to stop. Then he asked her about her relationship status, telling her she needed a sugar daddy, that he kept a photo of her and her then-boyfriend where he erased the boyfriend from the image. An internal investigation found the chief displayed poor judgment, violated professional standards, but did not commit sexual harassment. That employee entered into a confidential settlement with the college, paid over $40,000 in exchange for her silence. The chief went through harassment training.
Everyone at the college was aware. It was very apparent that Chief liked young, petite, Latino females.
Dan Rebar was an officer for the college for nearly 5 years. He says he was fired after questioning how younger, inexperienced female employees kept being hired, and sometimes in the strangest of places.
She said he came through McDonald's drive-thru and he approached her about getting a better job and gave her his card.
In a separate affidavit, this mother, who asked not to be identified, detailed how her teenage daughter was offered a job by the chief while she was working the drive-thru of a Southfield McDonald's.
I remember her coming home and showing me the card and asking me, was it for real?
How old was your daughter when he offered her this job?
17.
Did she have any experience working for a police department?
No.
But there she was, going from fast food drive-thru to police dispatch. And not long after, she'd be promoted to corporal.
I mean, she was a very nice woman, but she was not qualified for the positions that he gave her, I mean, in the slightest.
Her mother became suspicious about the chief and her daughter, she says, after noticing gifts like plane tickets.
I went into her belongings, and that's where I found the tickets, along with a birthday card from Derek Mohammed.
Who were the tickets for?
One was in her name, one was in his.
And as allegations against the chief mounted, another officer complained in this email that Mohammed instructed her to harass, write up, investigate, and interrogate named witnesses. That officer requested and later received a demotion. She still works for the college today.
Needless to say, we had a lot of questions for Chief Mohammed, and last month asked for an interview. Through a spokeswoman, we were told there would be no interview due to the pending litigation. Instead, they said we could meet with the spokeswoman and the college's attorney, but we couldn't bring a camera, and nothing we talked about would be on the record. We insisted in an on-the-record interview we could bring to you. They declined.
Chief, how you doing, sir? It's Ross Jones with Channel 7.
So we caught up with Chief Mohammed.
Can we talk to you for a couple of minutes?
As he walked into work.
Why have so many different women accused you of sexual harassment? Why wouldn't you answer that question, sir?
I just told you, sir, with all due respect, it's a matter that's under litigation.
We sent Wayne County Community College an email asking for comment on the allegations we just told you about, and even some we didn't have time to. They responded with this statement that reads, "These accusations are currently in litigation which preclude our ability to comment. That being said, WC3D denies all of the accusations as being false. It is the college's opinion that this lawsuit is a scheme that was calculated to extort money from the college and its insurance carrier. We will not allow this to happen."
I feel like one day it's going to come out, the truth is going to come out from all these people who have been like me, who's scared to come out and say anything. I'm not going to be quiet about it anymore.
The mother of the young woman whose face we concealed told us that she made dozens of calls to Dr. Curtis Ivory, the chancellor of the college district, over concerns about her daughter and the chief's relationship. She says he never returned her calls. We too are hoping to speak with the chancellor, who has so far declined our requests for an interview. I'm Ross Jones, 7 Action News.
Ross, thank you. And if you have a tip you'd like the 7 investigators to look into, you can give them a call at the number on your screen or send them an email to tips@WXYZ.com.